Why hello, welcome. I am Lady Genesis and this is the Art Realm of Genesis. I am back with another video and I am feeling much better compared to last week. I am bringing to you a giant gouache painting. So a little backstory about this paper. It is render paper, but this one is from a gigantic roll of render paper that I had in my house. Now I know I've complained about running out of render paper. I was talking about the paper packet I had. I was down to the last couple of sheets, but then I remembered that my husband had a giant roll of render paper. So I just cut out a large piece, roughly about 16 by 20 compared to some of my other canvases, a little bit more by an inch or two. And I went to town and started painting. The painting itself, she took about off and on a week. There was a lot of stopping in between because I was sick. Most of the painting portion got done maybe the first weekend, and then I had several days in between where I just didn't do anything because I had no energy to do it. So technically this painting was started way before I did last week's video, but I just did not have the energy to sit at my desk and paint. So now that I think about it, it took me roughly 2 weekends to finish because I started on the first weekend, took several days in between to rest, and then that following weekend I came back and finished up the piece. And if anyone's wondering, yes, these are the Himi gouache paints yet again. I wanted to try them on an even larger painting. I am still thoroughly impressed with all the colors and everything. Also, as a side note, even though I had paints on my palette that I left over, like, you know, when you put the paint down to like mix it and whatnot, I could still reuse those paints. All I had to do was activate it with water and come back and it would lift the paint right off the palette, and I could continue using those paints on the painting itself. So even though they were sitting there for roughly a week, it's so cool and impressive to know that I don't have to like technically add more paint. I can just add a little water and mix, and it'll lift right up and start letting me use those paints yet again for a painting. Just in case anyone's wondering how gouache paints work, it is so cool. Another thing I realized when I was painting some flowers, I had already painted her face a little bit. And this is like a mixture between the first weekend and the last weekend. I kept accidentally getting blue droplets on her skin, and I low-key panicked because I didn't want to add any more paint to her skin tone because I didn't want to darken it or ruin it. So what I realized was that if you just add just a tiny drop of water and take your finger with the paper towel and just dab it off, whatever paint you're trying to lift off of the original paint will come right off. So it's such a cool trick. Now, of course, you might see a little bit there, but it's not enough to panic about. So just as a tip, that I hope that helps somebody out. I think it just works for tiny things. I haven't had a huge mistake yet. Let's hope that never happens in the future. But if it ever does, I will address it again and give you guys some more tips and feedback. I know we haven't gotten to this part in the video yet, but towards the end, I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to use black paint to outline certain things. This piece, I really wanted to try and avoid using black paint just because I thought it would cheapen the softness of the entire theme of the piece. I hope that makes sense to somebody because I just didn't want to rely on black to outline because I feel like I do it a lot. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of using black to do that. I did, however, use a black paint marker just to add some black around her eyelashes. Just some eyelashes, like boop, 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 and that's it. And then a little bit to outline the creases in her lips. But other than that, I really wanted to avoid using it anywhere else. So I ended up using like a really dark blue to kind of outline certain things. And I honestly think it turned out better by putting my foot down and not giving in to my urges to use the black. Well, that's all I have to say about this piece for now. I'm going to sit back and let you enjoy the rest of the video, and I will be back towards the end. Enjoy. Well, that's the end of the video, and I really hope you enjoyed it. This piece to me turned out so good. I cannot wait, honestly, to get a frame and frame her on the wall with the rest of my lovely, lovely pieces. Maybe one day I'll take you through and show you all of them that are on the wall. But for now, I just cannot wait to get a frame. She's so beautiful, and I feel like I want to do more pieces like this where they're just, you know, diving in and painting and having fun. But that's it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. All of this helps my tiny little channel grow, and I deeply appreciate all of it and all of you, so thank you so much. Also, I do have a Patreon. It is 18 plus, but you can get a free membership there and see things there that are not necessarily on YouTube. So if you're interested, please come check it out. Well, I'll be back with another video. I don't know if I'm going to take a small break and then come back, but if I do choose to take one, I will definitely throw up a community post or something. But until the next video, I will see you when I see you. Love you all. Bye.